Welcome back to another episode of AniPeeps. Today I'm the host Boggs. Along with me, I have my two co-hosts, Boom and Mighty. How are you guys doing?
Good as always, my friend.
Yes, sir. Cruising.
Nice, nice. Love to hear that. Today we have a manga-centric episode for you all today, and I think it'll be a three-part series with me being the host for this one, and then the following two, Boom and Mighty. But to keep it simple, I will be recommending I guess two mangas to the viewers as well as one each to both Boom and Mighty. So pretty much what we did was I recommended Boom one manga as well as Mighty one manga, and then we'll kind of talk about some first impressions. I think I mean you could have read as much as you wanted to, but I think pretty much we just kept it to having the other person read at least maybe one volume worth, like 5 chapters or 10 chapters, depending on I guess the length of each chapter, but about one volume worth. So yeah, pretty much we'll be talking about some I guess two mangas today. Um, so I recommended both of you guys pretty new romance manga, so that was kind of like the central theme for this one. No theme really required, but I just happened to recommend each of you a romance manga, so we'll go with that. uh and I guess we could just jump right into it, right?
Yeah, I'm kind
Yeah.
of hyped to see what Mo got recommended too.
All right.
'Cause it is a surprise for me and Mo as
Oh
well,
yeah,
or
true,
the other
true.
person who
Yeah,
got
yeah.
recommended.
Yeah, so yeah, each of
And
both of you
hopefully
guys don't
we
know
get
what
excited.
each other got, so yeah. So I
Sure.
guess we'll start with the one I recommended Mo. Again, a romance one. And the one I recommended Mo is, let me put the title up here. They are still being shaken this morning. Or the Japanese title, Kesamo Yuraretemasu. I will kind of maybe shrink this one a little bit. But um yeah, so I guess I'll quickly talk about the premise. So it's a pretty simple premise, and it's a fairly new one. So maybe like a little bit more than 10 chapters out at the present. It follows a blossoming romance within a train. So pretty much most of the settings within the series is in the train. The 20 minutes they're in the train on their way to school every morning, and it's two strangers that go to different schools that sit to each other almost every day, and we get to see their romance slowly blossom. Both of the main protagonists don't know each other's name, but what makes this series really good is that it's not just these two characters that's the main. So we got our main two protagonists that have a love interest within each other, obviously, but we also have three people who also ride the train daily, who are like separate ages. One's like a male college student, another one's uh like maybe like mid 30s worker, and then another like really old guy who works. So these three are kind of like spectators of their romance, like the adolescence, and they really just have a good time seeing like young love develop. And you could kind of see in the lower panels they have like a group chat, so they're kind of just texting each other every day on the train, talking about you know what's going on. They're kind of like, the guy obviously likes her, but the girl's kind of doesn't show her emotion too much. So they're kind of like, oh, maybe she likes him, but it could be the situation that it's a misunderstanding, and she doesn't actually have any interest to him, but it's kind of hard to tell at this moment. So it's a lot of those. um it's also funny how a lot of their personality kind of pops up through the text. Like every time the grandpa texts, like he adds so many emojis, which I thought was kind of funny. Like it's like a small attention to detail is just like adding emoji, like 10 emojis per text. So that's kind of the main premise. So kind of wanted to get your opinion on maybe how far you read Mo, as well as how you felt about it.
Yeah, no, I started it and I caught all the way up. I read all 11 chapters that are out currently.
Oh, nice, nice.
Um, this one hooked me pretty good. I like you said, like you have the two main protagonists, but really the star of the manga are the three the three strangers that become friends over watching these two high schoolers like trying to catch each other's attention, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
they slowly like subtly, you know, they constantly sit next to each other. They kind of steal glances as they say, and dude, yeah, it's just so it was a pretty funny one too, like
Yeah,
when the otaku guy pulls up
yeah.
and
So
the whole misunderstanding.
yeah, because I mean, I'll kind of talk about it here just because it's one of the first incidents that happens early on. And again, it's an early manga, so like even spoilers at this moment probably won't be much spoilers. But
Mm.
where is it? Let's see. So it's this scene. Oh, oops, maybe not this scene. So it's this scene you see right here. Pretty much, you know, the male protagonist obviously likes her, and obviously like the girl likes him as well, and so he notices a Genshin Impact character on her key, or I think they call it Genshin Impact.
Anshin,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So she has a keychain of his favorite character, and like he finally musters the courage to bring it up. But there happens to be a otaku who sits right across from him, and he also has the same keychain. And he kind of like sucks him into the conversation and kind of leaves her out. And it's I also chose this panel because like you learn her name a little bit later on, but it's Nayu. Minor spoilers, not really, but so I just like how Mayu's facial expression here. She's just like very flustered, especially because this is one of the first times you get to see her kind of out of her cool, calm and collected state. And yeah, so when he brings up the keychain, she thought he was talking to her, which he actually was, but the way the otaku sitting across from them reacted, she thought he was talking to him. And yeah, so it's just really cute seeing her. And you can see the old guy next to her being shocked because like he's one of the spectators, and that confirmed for him like, oh, like she's actually probably into him, and she wanted to join the conversation. um but
Yeah.
but yeah, like you said, Mo, I think like the other characters are also equally important to the story. I just love seeing their texts. I like seeing them kind of cheer them on from the background, and sometimes actually take part of um like covering for them to provide for them the sweet important 20 minutes every morning. So
Yeah, I mean, like the early climax in the show, you know, like around I think it might have been chapter 11 when everybody's working together to not have anyone interfere with their time together.
yeah.
You see, like the two concert going geezers come on the train.
Hmm.
The otaku comes and like
Yeah, the
his
final
homies
boss.
there, and
The final boss.
uh,
And then
oh,
there was like
yeah,
a random guy who's also kind of like these three adults who
yeah. There's two of
support
them,
their
two homies.
yeah, like
They're the ones
anything
that
for the
gave up
rest.
their seats.
Yeah, to the old geezers. But yeah, not too much to talk about this because again, I think it's only like Mo said 11, 12 chapters maybe. So but yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of like the main premise of it. I think the pacing's really nice too. I think it starts developing, at least so far, like we had one pretty important big step for them, I guess, and hopefully it maintains that where it's not too much of it just being purely train based and just being shy towards each other, because right now it's still kind of at the stage where they'll glance at each other, their eyes meet, and they're both flustered. But hopefully we kind of move forward from that, especially with this big step, which is kind of like a checkpoint, and we've already been seeing some progress. So hopefully moving forward with this show, we at least see the pace be maintained, and also kind of consistently keep the comedy aspect with our three biggest fans of these two.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Good pick, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So,
All right. I'm
if I,
glad.
as
I'm
long as I
glad you
can
like this.
remember it, I'm going to continue to keep up with it.
Nice. Yeah, glad you like this one. First I was kind of wondering if I should do a romance recommendation, but it's kind of like, oh, why not? It's pretty easy to
Hmm.
catch up to. So,
Yeah.
all right. Boom. Hopefully, maybe that caught your interest as well. I'm not sure, but uh,
Yeah, and I like how it's like really short too, so I feel like it'd be easy to at
yeah, pretty
least
easy
get
to,
caught up.
yeah.
Not one of those 80 or 100 ones, you know.
Nice and short.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah. You
that.
know,
Dang, Mo liked that recommendation.
Thank
Wait
God.
till this
Thank
next one.
God. Come on, man. So yeah, that was they are still being shaken this morning. Again, pretty short one, easy to catch up to. And next off is the one I recommended, Boom, and that is Now That We Draw, or the Japanese title is Kakunaru Uewa. Let me get the picture up there. Um so another romance one. I think this one's maybe, I think, like 4 volumes into it right now. uh I guess main premise, this kind of I recommended this one to Boom because it kind of reminded me of a mix of Dangers in My Heart and Dress Up Darling. Dress Up Darling because our main female protagonist is a gyaru, kind of like Marin is, and very attractive. And also her so her name's Nina, and her and the male protagonist, they're both aspiring manga artists, so kind of like the otaku interests combined too. So that's also kind of with My Dress Up Darling. And then the male protagonist kind of reminds me of uh kyo kyo something from Dangers in My Heart. So
Mhm.
yeah, because
Same
his like
body
a
type, you know, like
small,
tiny.
yeah, and also his mannerisms too. So yeah, pretty much main premise of this one is also like it's a romance one, but also kind of like in the otaku realm where both of them are trying to become actual, professional mangakas. And so both of them kind of work on romance manga, and both of them from their editor pretty much gets told, like, uh your it kind of your story kind of lacks a realism, maybe experience love for yourself so that you kind of get inspiration for your work. So Nina, our main character, she kind of recommends that, maybe we should do like a become like a, I guess, fake couple. um like, let's uh I guess be like a fake couple, and maybe,
For the experiences,
yeah,
right? For the
yeah, to
manga.
reenact kind of romance moments just for the experience so that we could both help each other with our manga. So they quote unquote date, and as things progress, maybe they actually start catching feelings for each other, question mark. And that's kind of how the premise goes. Um and yeah, and what I really liked about this, I mean, both it does become a bit love triangle-y, even though I think it's kind of clear
Yeah.
who the main girl is, or I guess the winner will be. But I just love both characters in this one. Shioiri and Nina, both great characters with kind of polar opposite. um
Is that big
Shioiri,
boy?
she
That McQuay-chan?
yeah. I was trying to avoid saying that, but yes. She kind of has a Miku vibe, like meek, quiet. She also has the headphones. She, our male protagonist, he ends up working for her as her assistant. And there's some linkage between those two, which I won't go too deep into, but kind of just wanted to emphasize like the great character design of the two, both with also like very fun and cute personalities to read. I added this because, I mean, yeah, Nina looks really great. Uh, good good drawing and definitely a good character design, and her bubbly nature really kind of matches uh I guess her style. But really do like also the critical, I guess, romance. Every romance manga or anime has those scenes where something happens or something that gets said that really kind of flusters a person, and they almost kind of break character and blush like crazy. We get the same with Shioidi Sensei here, super cute, uh, both of them, and then that's another picture of Shioidi. But
Whoa.
but yeah, boom boom. How did you like this one?
I really did enjoy this one. I think there's 31 out right now. I'm on like 22,
Nice,
23,
nice.
I think, if I remember correctly. You nailed it, dude. So I think you even before we started thinking about this type of video, I think you texted me this one, right?
Yeah,
And you said it's like my dress up and dangers in my heart, and spot on. Plus a little bit of like, what is that? Is it married but
yeah,
not yet lovers?
yeah, yeah.
Just
More
because
than a
like,
married couple.
yeah, just because they get into a relationship, and then it's not for love at first, but then you just start to
Hmm.
see like relationship build on, and she is just like muddy, man.
Yeah, dude. I do love myself a nice Gyata character. I don't
Mhm.
know what to call it. Is it fake couple or like stopgap couple, something like that? But yeah, I do like the premise too. At first,
Mhm.
when I first heard about it, I was kind of like, you do get some series like this, and I was kind of like, maybe it might be one of the bland ones, but read, I mean, like the second, third chapter and loved it. So,
And I
yeah.
love how it does like certain like it'll be like 10 chapters where it's his point of view, like why he's starting to like her, and then
Hmm.
after that it kind of fades from him and goes back to Nina.
Yeah, I actually
And
didn't notice that until you mentioned it, but no, yeah,
I
definitely,
love how
definitely.
you highlighted one of my favorites, Shiori, dude.
I know, dude. She's so
Yeah,
adorable, man.
and I just like her character type, and like in the beginning she's almost like a dweeb and she doesn't care about anything, like
Hmm.
kind of dark.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
She's
like.
pretty much just focused on her manga career,
Mhm.
like no social life kind of thing.
And if you couldn't guess from the pictures, Boggs used a little bit of an etchier manga, I would say. Not like
Yeah,
cool, but like certain scenes, like whoa, like almost like even worse than this picture,
yeah, yeah. Is
like when you first meet Shiori in her house, like that.
Yeah, yeah. And we do get a lot of like lewd panels with Nina, especially with her body type. Like you get some pretty sweet angles in there. So if that's kind of your
And
thing too, you'll definitely enjoy this.
and the art in this was crazy for me. Like when she's blushing, dude, it's like crazy. Like
I
you can
know.
instantly. There's like so many scenes like when she starts getting feelings for him, right? When
Yeah.
it's
And it's
oh
just
my
one of
god.
those where, you get with a lot of romance manga and anime where it's kind of like, no, I don't think I like him. But then there's like, at a certain point, you get like the confirmation, like, okay, I think I do like him or her. So, but yeah, I'm glad you did emphasize kind of like the detail in the art, because it does really enhance kind of like the show or series, and definitely
And
gives more character to our, our pro tags.
I love how it's like it deals with like the story has to deal with manga too.
Hmm.
That's pretty. It's a manga a
Yeah, yeah,
manga about
true, true. We
that's
didn't
always
really
nice.
talk about that too much, but they do kind
Yeah,
of put quite a bit of emphasis on both of them kind of competing friendly to, who's the first one to be officially published as a mangaka kind of
mhm.
thing, and
And like when it goes to the backstory, I'm not gonna say like the main boy character's backstory, dude.
mhm.
When he was a youngster, just didn't care, just was reading
Oh
manga, dude.
yeah, yeah. No,
I don't want to say
I like
too.
that backstory a lot. Important
Yeah,
backstory.
and it's just like Baku. Is it
Yeah,
Bakuman,
Bakuman.
right?
Hmm.
Where you get like it's not just like a super easy path. He was failing
Yeah,
too. But
and,
she's OP too, man.
and a little spoilers. So if you guys don't want to hear it, maybe fast forward like 10, 20 seconds from here. but we do get a little bit of thing because both of our characters are doing romance manga, so there's some inspiration towards your romantic experience of what you put in the manga. So some of like the characters start bleeding into the characters in the manga they're writing in the manga, and kind of seeing that was also pretty nice, where it's kind of like, oh, okay, like there's
Where
one
it's
scene in
starting to look like
particular.
her, right?
Yeah, and there's one scene
Yeah,
in particular where yeah, there's a pretty glaring similarities between like the manga character
and
and
I
another
like how
character.
that levels up his manga too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, okay,
Editor's
this
like,
is good.
"Ooh,"
The editor's
he's
like,
like,
oh,
"Let
this
me
is
change
good.
it."
Yeah.
He's like, "Let me change it." He's like, "No, out your mind."
Yeah, but
Yeah, and yeah,
this is
dude,
good.
I can't wait to catch up and then keep reading, but then get to
This
that
is definitely
weekly
a good
point,
one,
man.
and I'm
That
sure
I think
th-
is
this will probably be like I'm sure this is gonna get an anime for sure. So if you're not a manga reader, maybe keep an eye out for this one if it does ever get an anime adaptation.
oh,
If you liked any of the things we said, I'm sure you'd enjoy it.
one thing I don't like, right? I didn't mind it in Dangers in the Heart, but like
Mhm.
this one, like there's the height difference, man.
It's a
I don't
little.
know why, but it's like
I
why?
know. Yeah,
There's you walking around. It's like, is this your little brother? Because
yeah.
I feel like she's really tall for her,
hmm
and he's just like
I
Boggs.
I do like how you
Yeah.
did bring that up, because there is like some aspect where it's like, it's not the male protagonist is like bad, but like they kind of make him a
No,
bit too shrimpy.
he reminds me a lot like the design, like especially his haircut of Call of the Night, dude.
Yeah,
And again, he's tiny too, man.
yeah. Like but I hopefully eventually he becomes more Chad. He's not like a cringe pro tag or anything like that, but right now kind of his stature kind of matches him, not even like the height, but kind of like the hunch
The
over
personality,
shoulder, um almost like looking down kind of character. But he has had some pretty based moments, so hopefully we get more of those, and we get to keep seeing him make both of our female protagonists do kind of like the shy face. So
especially when it's not on purpose, man. You know what I mean?
yep. But I mean, hopefully you enjoyed that one, Boom. uh
2 out of 5 recommendation, man. I liked it.
Hey, that works for me, Mo, hopefully
Kids, I got
that
kids.
chat kind of sparked your interest as well.
Yeah,
uh,
definitely like character design wise, interested as well.
yeah, the character
I would say
design's
if you like
definitely
my
really
dress
good.
up and Dangers in My Heart, like that was a good
hmm
two. You compared it to Boggs.
But uh, I mean, yeah, I ain't really got too much to say
Mm-hmm.
left. So uh, yeah, I guess from the
Thanks for the
left,
recommendation,
they are
man.
still being shaken this morning, and then to the right, now that we draw, definitely go check it out if you liked what we heard, or even if you didn't, if you're like a fan of romance series, then definitely check it out, because maybe I didn't do a good job explaining the series. But yeah, I guess uh I guess we'll see you guys for the next episode.
Yes, sir. Toodaloo.
Peace.
Peace out.